Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of the weekly videos I am trying to make for all the RS warriors who are trying to figure out every week what's best into the market with strategy which we all are trying to use, which is what we say as relative strength. So thank you so much for joining me into this movement which I'm trying to incorporate for all my retail investors who would really want to have a positional investing into the market and generate great returns for themselves. Thank you so much. The first thing I would like to say all of you is thanks a ton for taking up the charity movement which I had insisted all of you to start doing, and I really appreciate some of you who have taken my suggestions constructively and tried to donate in some or the other way to some organization which they find comfortable and sharing their profits to some extent with charitable works. So thanks a lot to everyone who is trying to open-heartedly donate some amount for this good cause which I all want ahead to keep doing it. Thank you so much. Last week, the RS Warrior team, we saw around 100 new users joining us. So, as the webinar, which was on the eLearn Markets platform, it keeps adding more users. We see more and more friends joining us into the group. I'm very happy that people are liking it and they are also trying to, learn a lot from the group. And I see a very healthy interaction going on between all the members in the group. So keep the interaction on, and I expect all of you to please support new members with all your insights which you have, and also with some past information which I have given on the group. And if they are not clear about something, then please do help them. Thank you for the support you all are extending me for the group. Now coming to today's video, the first thing which I want to discuss is about sectors. So many people on the group I see are interested to find out where to invest and which sector to invest, and how to identify the sectors and things like that. So ideally the best way to use is as for me, when I'm using TradingView Pro platform, I get various market watch lists to be created in the system. So what I've done is I've made one sector specific index related market watch, and I do every day I run a check on which sector is performing today, and then I see to the chart of that sector, and if I find that the sector is in flavor, the best thing to do is load a spread chart of the sector divided by the Nifty. Okay. Now when you load a spread chart of the sector divided by the Nifty, what you see is an ongoing what you see is an ongoing comparison between the two things, and what we are supposed to check is whether there is a breakout kind of a thing on the chart, which is the sector has recently started to outperform the Nifty, or if it has been performing for long, whether it is trying to reverse against the Nifty and things like that, which we routinely see on the candlestick chart. So in the same way, when you approach the spread chart and you compare, and if you see that there is something abnormal on the chart which is indicating a further bullishness or bearishness, that's how I choose sectors. Okay. To name you a sector, just see the chart of auto versus the Nifty. I can see a kind of an inverted head and shoulder formation into the chart, into the spread chart of this two, and I see that auto has recently started outperforming the Nifty. So maybe in times ahead for the next maybe 1 or 2 months, auto might be in flavor, and we could have very good investment returns if we choose auto sector stocks. Okay, but still we need to keep a track on these comparisons on a weekly or possibly on a daily basis, so that we are not trying to invest into something which is not performing, right? The another thing which one can do is go into stock edge and try to find out the stocks which are outperforming using the RS scans. And in general you will notice that when some sector is performing, the outperforming stocks into that sector will be more vis-a-vis compared to other sector stocks. So one can also have a brief idea about like if there are like out of 10 stocks 3 or 4 which are from the auto sector or maybe from another sector, then possibly you can understand that this sector is buzzing, and that is where one is supposed to make an investment. Now there are various ways of doing these things, but this is as far as the basic thing which one can do easily, and he can try to figure out which sector is performing and when actually he should be present in the sector. The advantage of investing into the sector of the flavor is it's like when I said you that this market is like a river, and when you flow with the current of the river, the speed of your travel increases. In the same way, when you are into a sector which is performing, automatically you get the advantages of the flavored sector, and your returns come pretty fast without resistance, and that's when you can make quick gains from your investment ideas. Fine. So that is how I look at sectors. Rest of you all, you can always suggest what's a better way of doing it, and then we can all jointly try to incorporate what's best for all of us. Right? Second, prefer stocks which are offering good risk return. Now, we all know that the market has made quite a long journey from 7,500 levels to around 11,000 levels on the Nifty. So what's now important is we should try to pick stocks which are defensive or which are trying to be near, which are trying to cross over above the zero line, so that our risk versus reward remains in the control. The higher the RS line and it's away from the zero line, there's always a risk one takes of a sudden fall which comes into the market, and due to which the stock might also see a good enough correction. Now, if you are not an expert trader or you are not an expert investor, there are chances that when the market corrects fast, due to some unknown circumstances, you might be trapped with a notional loss which you might not want, and you might have not anticipated it to be so swift or maybe too big. So I would strongly recommend for all the new learners in stock market or for the new practitioners of relative strength strategy, please try to buy your stocks which are near the zero line or crossing over and floating around the zero line. For the next few weeks, I think this is the most ideal strategy to be followed by each of the new RS warriors who are coming to the group. Okay, please take a serious note of it, and don't try to go out with a bit of daring and invest into the stocks which are already into the rallies for quite a long period. They might look tempting to you because of the fast returns they generate, but one has never to forget that on the flip side, if the market starts correcting any point ahead in the next 2-3 weeks, then the returns also which you have made in this kind of stocks may fade away very, very fast. So it's very important to be defensive. That's what my personal recommendation is. Yeah, I see many people asking for we want to practice PNF charting. Now see, as far as I am, what I can understand is for you all who are just new entrants into this RS system, I don't see much of a need as of now for all of you to explore more of PNF charting. Okay. See, candlesticks chart are pretty good and they give a lot of insights when you check the open, high, low and close of a stock intraday. Okay. So when you see these 4 points on a candlestick chart, what you see is like a body, and let's say if the body is like very thin and a very small body in the middle, we easily classify it as a doji. That says that neither the bulls nor the bears have been really convinced about the further uptrend or the downtrend in the stock. So this kind of exact movement of a stock on an intraday basis can be easily seen on a candlestick chart. So it's very important that for new learners they make it a point to study the chart in depth with the candlesticks chart more often at this stage, rather than focusing more of their energies into learning PNF charting. Now as time passes, I will come up with fresh videos explaining PNF charting, and I will also show you how to use it more. But till the time I express more of it, please try to understand in depth about candlestick chart. This is my wish for all of you to be more successful in your investing journey. Okay? Now, yes, one of the gentlemen in the group has asked that how to track accumulation and distribution, or what we say as demand versus supply. So the most ideal thing to do and the most simple thing which we can all do to track the demand and supply in a stock is observe the chart in detail. Okay, let's say we have an uptrend in the stock which is like 5 or 6 candles, and it shows that there is an uptrending formation which we can see on the chart, and then there is a retracement in that stock post the rise which is of maybe say 3 or 4 candles. So what does that suggest? We have 5 or 6 candles in the uptrending favor and 3 or 4 in the pullback favor. So that shows that the bulls are in control and the bears are pretty less in the counter. Okay. On the flip side, when there are more number of red candles which are pulling the stock down, and then there is a little bit of retracement which is again trying to say something to us, we safely assume that the number of sellers are more vis-a-vis the buyers. Okay, so this is the most basic thing one can do to really observe whether the stock is in control of the bulls or the bears. Now second important thing what we all can do is we use StockEdge app, and the app has very good facility to EOD basis tell us that whether there was a good demand in the stock, and there was some abnormal volumes which was observed in the stock vis-a-vis compared to the last 20 days average. So if there is a sudden spike in the volumes of the stock, and also it confirms with the deliveries jumping, we can safely assume that somebody big or some big player is trying to initiate positions in the stock. And there could be many reasons for it, like upcoming announcement, result, or something which the insiders know. So many things can be there which we can easily grab attention from based on this scans which gives us the volume idea of the stock's performance on the EOD basis. So I suggest tracking supply, demand, accumulation, distribution, all these things, they build up with experience. The more you try to observe charts and the movements and make a decision based on data which is available, the easier it gets for you to actually track this what we say is accumulation, distribution and supply, demand, etc. things. So rather than asking around people, what I want all of you is to observe the charts and try to learn maximum from what the chart as a story is trying to suggest you. Okay, as we go along with many months into the group, and we will find many of such opportunities, I'm sure that all of you will learn more better of how to interpret this. But these ideas which I am suggesting you are the most basic things which you can do as of now to really identify who is in control of a stock. Okay, is it the bulls or is it the bears? I hope you all understand what I am trying to put you forward. One important announcement which I would like to make is, in association with eLearn Markets, as it was planned priorly also, we have finally concluded to do an English webinar on 12th of September, okay, evening 5 to 8 p.m. So, to all my RS warriors and to all who haven't been introduced to RS systems, I would request you to, join into that webinar with me, where not only I will revise what I have taught you all into the Hindi webinar, I will also add some more things which are a step ahead from what I have already introduced you all to in the Hindi webinar. And this webinar, because of in the Hindi webinar we had a little bit of time compression at the end of it, so on request, this webinar, for all of you is going to be a 3-hour session, okay, and not a 2-hour session. So it's a Saturday, and 12th September evening 5 to 8 p.m. Let's all join again, and let me try to put you forward the best of what I can, make you all understand. And possibly by that time we will have a new setup on the index chart, and we'll try to figure out what's more better now to follow as an adaptive RS for our journey ahead. Fine? Yeah. It goes without saying, for me to thank all the active members in the group who are trying to put forward a great help to me. So as a tradition, I have tried to make it into my videos to name these people who are really helping me, who are really helping others, and who are enthusiastic to make all others learn, understand, and do a lot of things for the benefit of the common RS Warriors teams. So these people are Braj, Preeti, Pawan, Niranjan, the newly added Sunilji, who is an expert RS practitioner who uses a lot of this system. I'm very happy he has joined my RS Warriors group. Rohit, and and the latest addition is Harsh. Now this guy, I posted a few days back that I want a little help with YouTube videos, and he has stepped forward and created something good for me. So thank you, Harsh, for your efforts. Okay. Now, last but not the least, many people in the group are floating with a lot of other ideas of doing things this way or that way. But the success always comes to people who stick around with a system and give some time more to the system to explore and understand. So it's very critical at this stage that all of you who have learned the newly introduced RS system to you, please give your at least 6 months or maybe more to actually taste the system. When the market corrects, what does the stocks which we hold do, and build our conviction into those stocks. So if holding helped us, we will get more conviction for the next time to again invest into good RS stocks. So that is very eminent. I did see a few of recommendations like Hikal, correct severely at one particular point in the group, due to the bad results it reported. But there's nothing to panic about it. Many people who are new to the group, they just panic. Oh my God, Hikal just corrected maybe 10 or 15%. But really, frankly speaking, panic, it tries to make you do wrong decisions. So never in a correction be panicked and act under panic. It's very important to be calm and observe what the stock is doing, post the announcement, let it settle down at a price. If more market participants feel that the stock is worth not the price which it is quoting at, then the correction can be a little deeper. And if there are enough people who believe that okay, there is a short term correction which is going to take place, and then the demand emerges, the stock will stabilize. So in case of Hikal, for the last 2-3 sessions, I do see the stock price stabilizing, at a point, and I further expect it to consolidate at this price and resume the uptrending rally maybe after some trading more sessions. So this is the time where we actually learn a lot of things. So please don't get panicked and start jumping around like what am I supposed to do, why did the stock correct. See, this is stock market, nothing. We can all analyze what a data offers or what we are seeing on the chart, or many things which we can interpret. But stock market and stock investing as a rule always has 10 or 15% which has to be allocated to something which is unexpected, unknown. Okay, and this is the risk we all take when we invest into stock market. So this risk I also have to take for my investments. And then when the things turn sour, we just stay calm. I've all given you a Lakshman Rekha, which is simple as one straight line which you are supposed to follow. And as long as you follow that straight simple line, when it goes negative, you understand that the stock has started really underperforming the 50 benchmark stocks. That's the only point which you are supposed to exit your positions. As for some people who have earned pretty decent profits in the recent times in some of the stocks, see, my suggestion is obviously not to exit the positions till the negative sentiment builds up and the stock crosses the zero line. But if you are really worried, or if you are a little scared of the profits being paid out, so what you can ideally do is, and sometimes even I practice, is I book 50% holdings with the profits which I have earned. So that leaves me like with the feeling that okay, in a very short span, I got a perfect planned, very good returns. And for the rest of the 50% holdings, as the stock keeps performing over a period of time, the profits will again build up. And on the flip side, if the stock starts to retrace and it finally eventually goes below the zero line, at least I have a decent enough profits from the 50% holding which I had sold off. So this is a strategy which is in between for the impatient or for the less mature people, who can use this as a strategy till the time they build a strong conviction into the RS system. Okay, so I hope this video was a pretty lengthy one for today, but I have tried to put forward all the points which I felt were necessary to be addressed, and I will keep addressing more of it to all of you. And thank you again for all the support and all the constructive thing which we try to do often on the RS Warriors group. Many people who have still not joined after seeing the webinar or are still waiting on the sidelines to watch the webinar, please do so very as soon as possible, and try to make the most of your investment using a very good system which I have tried to put forward. Okay, thank you so much, and bye bye. All the best for the next week, and I hope that profits keep coming to all the RS Warriors again and again, and we have a great time investing together into the stock market. Thank you so much.